my life. I'm so afraid to sleep at night. You won't get away. It's time for me to let it, let it, let it, let it, let it out. I refuse to run and hide. I must let it, let it, let it, let it, let it out. I refuse to run and hide. All the weight is lifted off. Hello, good evening.
Good evening, good evening, good evening.
I am your host, Taboshes Rochester, and I'm here with my co-host,
The bassman, Raphael Jones.
Hey, welcome to Let It Out, everybody. Tonight's topic is falsely accused.
Yes.
Okay, yes. And if you have any indie music, please don't hesitate to send them to submissions at Plug Studio Network. Okay? .com. All right, if you want to call in, join in on this conversation, what's the number?
302-312-3534.
Yes.
Good evening, Kevin. Good evening.
Hello. Tonight is a powerful topic.
Very powerful.
That people need to talk about, get it out, let it out. All right? Because you know, Taboshes like to be all up in your business.
Yes.
So, yes. And we are on Plug Studio Network.
Yes.
So, what's been happening?
It's been a journey.
Okay.
But we are making it happen.
Hello.
Lakers for life. Hey, hello.
Hey,
how are you?
Welcome. Yes,
Yeah.
share this tonight. Share the
Falsely accused is the topic. Y'all might want to get in on this. But
Yes.
yeah, it's my weekend been actually really good. It was actually quiet.
That's good.
My daughter went to the family to hang out with them, and then we had a quiet weekend.
Okay. I want to say this real quick too. For those who have lost someone in their family,
Right.
what have you,
Right.
prayers are lifted up for you guys,
Right.
just to let you know, we're thinking about you. So I just want to say that. 'Cause
Yeah,
it's a lot going on.
It's necessary because
Yes.
there's a lot of people that's
So we just want to
leaving
say
us.
that. Okay. So, do you know of anyone who has been falsely accused of anything?
Or have you been
Yes.
falsely accused of anything? And I'm gonna tell you,
Have you?
I'm old. I've been accused
You are
of
not old.
everything. I've been accused of everything.
What
So,
is,
oh
okay,
my
narrow it down
goodness.
for me.
There's
'cause
some
he
things
said-
I can't even
he
put
said
on the air, but
he said everything.
I've been accused of. Even we was just talking about school, and I've been accused of stuff that I was supposed to have threw at my teacher. And no, I'm like, I wasn't even in school that day.
What the heck?
This is
Why?
even from childhood on up. There's someone always accusing me of something. I had to come around and go, all right, what I do now? And that's usually what I always would say. I want to go, all right, what I do now? I had to just put out there.
Yes, honey. Good evening, Brenda. Welcome
Good evening,
to
baby.
Let It Out. Like I said, you guys, tonight we need to share this live. It's really important. It's falsely accused of whatever you've been through in your life. Do not hesitate to connect with us.
She said, yes, I was something to JROTC.
You know what? I can't.
Yeah.
Already, I can't. Good evening. Hello, Alicia.
Hey, Alicia. How are you?
Hey. Yes, falsely accused.
Yeah. There's a lot of people out here that have been. And I'm not saying I'm a great advocate of all of those that have been falsely accused, because some of them have been accused and they should be in jail. But there's some people that has been falsely accused, and there's been movies or beyond movies about people who've been falsely accused and got out of jail for things. Then you have people who are risking time of going to jail, or people with family members getting mad at other family members for accusing another family member for something that's not even real. So you gotta be careful, because that can tear your family apart, tear your life apart.
Yes.
I had this. My brother had a young lady that he was courting,
Mhm.
And yes, I used the word courting,
Mhm.
so that's kind of old. But yeah, um, he was courting this young lady, and this young lady, it was a situation that was going on at the time that she had to hide in my room.
Ugh.
This young lady was
Hiding.
told it had said, "I remember the time I was in your room and you look like you was trying to rape me." I'm like, "Trying to what you?" I don't.
What?
One thing is, she was skinny. I'm sorry, folks. I'm
Oh
sorry,
boy.
folks. I don't do skinny
My
females.
gosh.
I hate the. I just don't do them. So that was she knew that was a lie. So I'm sitting there like, why are you telling people stuff like that?
Right.
She was like, just to make herself interesting, she said stuff like that. I'm like, that don't make you interesting. That makes things
Please,
kind of harsh.
somebody. Yeah, yeah. That's not good. I don't like stuff like that. Smack stated, "I have a cousin who was falsely accused of rape.
Yeah,
OMG.
yeah, yeah, yeah. That stuff is not. It's not a
That's not a joke.
game.
That's not a joke.
They
That's
do
yeah,
that, and it really
yeah." And
does
then it
tear
turns out
things
something else.
apart.
Yes, it does. Yes, it does. And also stated it came out later after he served many years in jail. That's sad.
Yeah.
That's sad because you done took this boy's liberty.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That's sad. That's sad. That hurts like big time. Like how many? Like that's yeah. That's horrible. Alicia stated. Can you see that?
Oh, impersonate. What?
And what?
Attempting to
Where you see that? At?
pursue someone.
I
What?
was once falsely
I'm
accused
sorry.
of personally attempting to personate someone. No, poison someone. Oh my
Yeah.
God.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
What?
That's why I'm sorry.
Accused of
I'm sorry.
purposely. Yeah.
When I was
Yeah.
reading it,
Uh,
and then I was like, poisoning someone.
Purposely.
Uh, uh,
Yeah.
uh, uh,
She was falsely accused of purposely attempting to poison someone.
Alicia?
What in the
I
world?
hope it wasn't that chicken blood you was talking last week. But,
It better not been. I can't
but
wear
wow.
that. You know what? People just don't care who they hurt
Right,
at
right.
the end of this thing. You know,
We
people.
got this bar down at the bottom.
Yeah,
of
it
the
is a
screen.
bar. I don't know what that is. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Hello, sis. How are you? Love you too, babe. Yeah, that's horrible. You know, that's not
Thank
fair
you.
to those who are
She said, "Yep."
falsely accused of that. I'm gonna beat her.
She said, "Yep." Thinking it's the chicken blood, but it's
Chicken blood. You've been accused.
Wow.
Yeah, but on a serious note, you guys, falsely accusing somebody of something that they really didn't do is not a good thing
no.
because what happens is people are doing time. I love you and I miss you too, baby. That's my sister. So, yeah, you guys, you know, somebody's doing time, you know, and they're taken away from their families, their jobs, what have you.
Right.
And then they're sitting in jail for all these amounts of times. You know, they could be working or what have you, you know.
They could be
so-
out here supporting their families. They could be
Yeah.
out here doing something
Yeah.
a lot more productive. They could be
Yeah.
anywhere in the world doing better things.
Than sitting behind bars.
And when you falsely accuse somebody,
Yeah.
just and there's times where people will falsely accuse people just to disrupt their lives.
Yeah.
And it's not, and they know that they're
Yeah.
lying. I mean, look at, let's go back in history a little bit and look
Yeah.
at Emmett Till.
Yeah.
The lady that falsely accused him of whistling at her on her deathbed decided to say no.
Yeah.
She was lying.
Yeah.
He didn't
Yeah.
do anything.
Yeah. Yeah.
But Emmett Till had a serious thing brought upon him that led to his death
Yeah.
because of it.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
And these kind of things happen.
And Daphne stated that for something they really didn't do, I saw somebody go through jail for 25 years. Oh my gosh!
Right.
And then they were found out they weren't guilty of it.
Yeah.
That's
That's
horrible.
that's another one
yeah.
of those things. that
25
happens.
years. Half of your life is like
Yep.
gone.
Yep.
Yeah.
You
That's sad.
sitting in jail dealing
Yeah,
with that,
yeah,
and
yeah.
I mean, I mean, a lot of people look at it like when he get out or when they get out, the state gonna have to compensate them all these millions
Yeah.
of dollars. But
Some
there's no price tag on how much of life
your
you
life
lost
is like taken
sitting
away.
in there. I
Yeah,
mean,
yeah, yeah,
I don't know if anyone has ever.
yeah,
Bless you if you have never seen the inside of a jail cell. That's one. But if you have,
yeah, yeah.
think about that. 25 years,
Taking
same
a
spot,
Yeah,
same room.
same thing.
You're not changing
Yeah.
around your furniture like you're living
Nothing.
in your house.
Nothing. Yeah.
Somebody
Yeah.
telling you to get up, someone telling you to go to sleep, someone feeding you food that ain't your mom's or anybody else that you love their cooking. 25 years you in there with just another guy, another girl,
Yeah.
someone that look just like who you are.
Yeah.
And you're in there for 25 years. You see sun up and you see sun down, but half the time you don't even know what time of day it is.
Yeah. 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 It's
Because
back
some
to-
places you
Yeah.
don't want to know the
Yeah.
time of day because you're in there for a long
Yeah.
haul.
The long haul.
Right.
Yeah, and Smack stated that was back in the day, and she also stated that white folks falsely accuse my people of many things.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, that's true as well. And Daphne also stated, I did it for 8 months, and I would never do it again.
Exactly.
Falsely accused.
Exactly.
Falsely accused, and that's for anybody.
Right. Right.
Anybody,
Right.
you know what I'm saying?
Right.
You're trying to prove that you didn't do something.
Always.
And they're like, oh,
always.
we have this. You did do it. No, you didn't. But later on, it comes out that it wasn't true. The
And
statement
it-
that you made. Yeah.
And it makes it hard
Yeah. it
for
does.
people to want to be good Samaritans.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because just
So
as
true.
soon as you step in and try to do some good, some bad come out of it, you going to jail.
Yes. That's like me today.
Mm.
A lady was like, I need help. She had all these groceries, like, whole cart full.
Mm.
So I was like, I can help you if you need it, So somebody else stepped in. I got it. Okay, I know why. 'Cause it's cool. But, I was like, okay. So just think if I did go help her, something would have came out of that. Oh, she's trying to rob me. Something. You know what I mean? So I thank God I didn't do it.
But then you got to think about all these, what they call these Karens out there.
What is that about? Where did this come from? Where did the Karen thing start anyway?
It's more
and then they
so
have
just
John and Joe and
The
stuff
the fear. The fear
of the person
of
saying something.
just
Out
no
of-
the fear of the skin.
Yeah.
The fear of the color of the person that's in front of them.
Yeah.
They just want to set some things off, and usually it does set off the wrong way.
Now I'm gonna tell you guys this. Karen is all different colors. It don't matter what Karen, Joe, Keith, whatever. It don't matter. Everybody's acting out. You know what I'm saying? This person did this. Do you remember the person that was looking at birds and stuff in Philadelphia? Do you
Yep.
remember that?
Yeah.
He was
And-
falsely accused of harassing this lady.
And she had everything going wrong. She didn't have a leash on her dog. She was out there in the park. He's over there just asked her to
Yeah.
put a leash on the dog because that's what the park rules were. And it just went all crazy for no reason.
Yeah. And Daphne stated, can you see that at the bottom?
Look at the case of, what's that, Ahmad
Ahmaud
Arbery. Excuse me, Ahmad Arbery.
Yes.
And they killed him for no reason at all. And he wasn't even guilty for what they
say
said
he was doing.
Right.
So true. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Excuse me. That's pardon me. Because they want somebody to blame.
Oh yeah.
I don't care who you are. You happen to be at this certain spot at this certain time, you're going to be accused.
Texas has this thing where they actually push the electric chair a lot down there.
Yeah.
There's been a lot of times where there were people down there that have been incarcerated and sent to the electric chair before they even knew whether or not they were even tried to be found guilty for. So that's the reason why a lot of times a lot of things started changing. The rules started changing.
Yeah.
People started catching on to some states where
Yeah.
they were putting people in electric chair or giving them
Just
the
cause.
giving them the death sentence before they even actually was fully accused
yeah.
of the
Or
of the guilty crime.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
yeah.
and that was a false accuse of a lot of things. I mean, you hear a lot of these horror stories that come out where people have been accused of so many things. I mean, from rape to child
Murder,
abuse
everything.
to everything. We
Everything.
was accused.
Yeah.
My wife and I was accused of hurting my daughter, and the state stepped in, came to the house, looked around, hurt where?
Yeah.
What? Look at
Yeah.
her grades are
She's
improving.
fine, yeah.
Her life is getting better.
Yeah.
From where she came from, everything was fantastic. Where are they saying it's coming in? Where is this happening at? It was her family, her mother's side of the family that was trying to get her in a wrong way.
Mine was similar.
Yeah.
Similar.
So
to
when
that.
they realized they
Similar to
couldn't do
that.
it, they was
Yeah.
trying hard,
Yeah.
boy.
Mine was similar, but I got through it, and hey, people just try to see, what they can, get over on, and then there you go, you're stuck, who's that?
She said them Bamas.
But this is a serious thing, when you're falsely accused of something that you did not do,
Hmm.
saying that you're stealing and
Oh yeah.
domestic violence and
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
anything for that matter, So
Oh,
it's
I'm glad you said that, but that domestic violence part of it, I've known females to have hurt themselves and accused their man
yeah,
just because their man moved on
yeah.
and
They
got
wasn't
started
trying
there and went back to their own life and started doing their own thing. They got so mad they hurt themselves, called the police, and this is the one thing I try to tell a lot of these guys that I do like these mentoring to.
yeah, yeah,
I say be careful.
yeah,
Not just in there saying be careful that women are treacherous and all this other stuff. No, I tell them be careful.
yeah,
Make sure you document a lot of things. Make sure you have a lot of things shown or seen that that nothing really happened.
yeah.
Because just as soon as they feel as though that they want to, a woman can be all the way across town, beat herself to death. You don't have to be nowhere around, but just the fact that the neighbors
Yeah.
have seen you come in and out of that home. All the thing that she got to say is, he beat me and
Yeah,
left.
that's what it is, and
Police will get you.
vice versa,
Mhm.
vice versa.
I mean, it's a lot. It does
It's
happen.
a lot of it.
It does
It's a
happen
lot
the
of
other
it.
way around, but it happens a
lot with women.
easier for
With women, yeah, yeah.
So
yeah.
so I tell all the guys, be careful.
Take an orange and put their face up. and all
Like, be
that.
careful,
What the
because
what?
I've seen that happen. My buddy went to jail for and just because he moved on.
Like, how long did he go to jail for?
Well, he actually just went down bookings, and they fought it in court, and it finally came out that she was lying. So she had to pay the court fee and
Of course.
all this other stuff,
Of
and
course.
ended up going. She
Yeah.
ended up doing like I think community service or whatever for the law that she brought in to the court and everything else.
That's crazy.
It was crazy.
Alicia stated, I had a cousin that wanted me to punch her so that her boyfriend could get in trouble because she was mad at him at that time.
Right, that's crazy.
Isn't that retarded?
She would have sat there and
And
did
I would have
that,
hit her.
and he would have went to jail.
I would have hit her real hard too.
He would have went to jail.
No,
but I'm
but,
glad you didn't do it,
yeah, I'm
because
glad.
because
Yeah,
it would have the
yeah.
police would have
Well,
had to
I
come
hope-
and take you too.
Yeah, honey. They were like, "Oh, y'all done
Yeah.
rehearsed this thing. Y'all done studied this thing out." Yeah, so
That's real.
people will do that just to see what will happen. To test it and see. I hope they go to jail.
Hmm.
Let them go to jail, do the time.
It
I
does
don't care.
happen,
But guess what? When they do, they get right back out
and come right back to doing it
because
again.
they didn't do it. Yeah, yeah. So,
So-
you gotta prove what you say.
But
Prove
then the
your
falsely
statement,
accused
yeah.
situation can end up being real, because you
Yes.
can falsely accuse somebody
Yes,
of something,
Yes.
they get away with it,
Yes.
then they
and
come
there
back
you
and
go.
actually do it, and guess what? That's called in court. That's called double jeopardy. They cannot go to jail for it, because now they already had a trial for it before.
They're off of it.
So
Yeah, it's
they
like,
get away
yeah,
with it.
yeah,
So
it's
be
done.
careful.
And with
I did. I did smack her and tell her that she was stupid. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I would have slapped her too. 'Cause why would you try to put me in this mess? That's terrible. That's not good. And that's what it is. People try to get you in the middle.
Right.
And once you're in the middle, you're involved.
And then they use kids
Yes.
sometimes, and that's
Yeah,
horrible.
yeah, yeah.
Like
yeah.
I know someone. I'm not gonna. I can't say their names right
Okay.
now.
Okay.
But I know someone who accused another person of child molestation, and not sure of the circumstances behind it, because the person who did, who was being accused, back in the day was known to have molested someone back in the day. If he had done it more present to this
Right.
present time,
Right.
we don't know.
Right.
But it was spoken of being accused that he have done it,
Okay.
and so he's not, he's not around the young kid anymore,
Okay.
and it's not like it's just a random kid. It's like his grandson. So it was a mess with it. So I'm sitting there like, all right, I'm still waiting for the downfall from the rest of it.
Right.
The story is still being written.
Right.
So I'm still trying to figure out what's going to happen at the end.
Yeah.
But as of right now, yeah, he's still standing accused of it. And
Okay. Okay. So
I'm not
how's
sure.
how's the person doing? The one who.
the grandson
Yeah.
is fine, but the mother who's accusing, she's still a bit shook up by it, to the point that she don't talk to him at all. So I'm like, all right, now it can look like that it's real, but then again, you don't know because nobody was there.
Nobody was there, so it's only between you and the person that.
So
Yeah.
it's both of their words against
Yes,
each
one
other, and there's
another, yeah.
nobody else can actually tell what really happened.
Right. 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 Yeah.
But it's one of them,
But if you guys want to get on this conversation,
definitely.
don't hesitate to call in 302.
312
Yes.
3534.
We need to talk about this. This is, serious matter in all aspects: abuse, domestic violence, jail time, whatever it is. Don't hesitate, because you can let it out with me, and Raphael. So we like to hear your story if you have one. So let's do that. But it's a lot of people who go to jail, for this, whatever it
Right,
is, robbery. You had the hoodie on,
Right.
a red hoodie,
Right,
black hoodie,
right,
what have
right.
you. You had the white sneakers on. You're going to jail. You did it. Somebody said it's a person. So apparently, the person with the hoodie and the sneakers, you're going to jail. The first one that they see.
And you know what's real crazy? I
Yeah.
actually saw a story
Yeah.
that had, when you said hoodie, just remind me of this story that I've actually watched. It was a true event that happened, where this gentleman, one guy came up and robbed somebody or whatever, robbed a store, robbed something, and he ran down the street, took off one way. Another guy was walking up the street, just so happened walking up near the same area. Both of them had on the same colors, which
Wow.
was a tan hoodie
Yeah.
and blue jeans and white tennis shoes. Both of them were black men, dark skin, short hair. Both of them were close to the height to each other.
Yeah.
So the police pulled up on the one that was walking down the street and locked him up because the store owner said yes, that was him. The guy who took off running got away, but he ended up getting locked up anyway. And they found out that they met each other in the jail system, because the one that the police locked up was in there for about 5 or 6 years by the time he ran across the guy that did the crime. So they ended up meeting each other in jail, and come to find out that one of the cellmates told that the one that was in there was the one who did the crime, not the one who was fighting to get out of jail. It was a crazy situation, but those situations
serious.
happen.
Yeah, they do.
And it's like just because you're in the wrong place at the
Right.
wrong time,
Yeah,
things
yeah,
do happen.
yeah, yeah. You know, and you hear about this all the time. I believe the guy's name is Maurice Yoga. He had a program about falsely accused. That was a
Hmm.
good show, and people actually who went to jail
Yeah.
were let go
Yeah.
because they were falsely accused of something they did not do.
Right.
But my thing was they did so much time. That was ridiculous that they did so much time and stayed locked up until there was like half, what, 50, 60 years old. Then they're let out. I'm like,
Hmm.
what the heck? So they did all this time. You guys, all this time, you didn't try to find out if this person was really guilty in the beginning of it. You waited till,
Right.
here for their life to,
Right.
to find
Right.
out if they did this or not. I just don't understand that,
And and that's the part I'm saying. It's like
Yeah.
it takes away so much from their life.
yeah, it does.
And because of that,
Yeah.
it can destroy families. And there's been
Time away from their
just
children.
time
maybe.
away.
Yeah, from all your family and things like that, and so that's really terrible. But I mean, people just suffer,
Hmm.
with that. It's like a tragedy.
Mhm.
It is a tragedy basically because you're like going through this mental state.
Right.
You know what I mean? You're going through a mental
And
state
that
because
mental
you're
state
locked
that you
up
put a person in.
because you are falsely accused.
Right. And that mental
Yeah.
state you put a person
Your-
in by
Your life,
accusing them.
your life is taken from underneath you
You got
really
people
quickly. Yeah.
you got people who get accused of stuff, and when they found out that they really didn't do it, that person come home a different person altogether.
Yeah.
They come
Yeah.
home not
Yeah.
trusting,
Yeah.
not trying to be close to nobody. They're
Yeah.
closed off people. They're depressed a lot.
Yeah.
They'll sit in areas where they think about, since they don't trust me anyway,
So why should I?
why should I care?
Yeah.
Why should I
Be
keep
here.
doing this? I go off and I do this and I go do that. You know what I mean? And it can go down that rabbit hole like real deep, and it hurts a lot of people. Like I said, being falsely accused can really
Yeah.
damage
It can.
a lot of people.
Hello.
Hey, PJ, how you doing, man?
Welcome. Welcome. I just don't like the fact that people, they just don't think about what you're gonna say.
Mm.
You know what I mean? Like you just coming off the wall. Yeah, they did it. You just off the wall, just saying something. You know what I mean? And that's not the person that did
Right.
that to you. You know what I mean? And I believe that's not fair. Because it could have been in someone else or multiple people. You know what I mean? So but people tend to.
And then us as black folks have a tendency of actually accusing people of doing something more than what they actually have done. I sat there and talked with this lady one day. It was just so happened it was the day that Bernie Mac passed. This lady said if he wasn't living the kind of life he was living, he wouldn't have died. I'm like, what are you talking about? I said, the man was sick. What are you talking about? She was like, he living out there fast, doing all this stuff with fast women, and he's married. And this. I said, you really don't know Bernie Mac then. I said, because he put out there, and everybody put out there, that after he did a show, he would get on the plane, go home to his wife, and then meet everybody at the next state by flying back into another show. He would never leave his wife like that long, and if he did, he's with her or on the phone with her constantly. He never just played out there like that. I said, so how is it that you sitting there saying that this man did? Well, it's just the way he tell his jokes. They are jokes. You already accused this man of something that he didn't even do. You done killed this man's character and don't even know him. I'm like, wow. And you get that a lot, especially a lot of these entertainers out here. A lot of these entertainers get a bad rep all the way around. Then you get some
Yeah.
who actually
Yeah.
who actually had went through some real serious problems.
Yeah.
But you have a lot of these entertainers that get a bad rep all the way around just because they did something. Like today's thing now is they dealing with the Dave Chappelle situation. everybody was mad about it. Everybody talked about it and didn't know that Dave Chappelle wasn't really a vicious dude. He's not
Right.
against nobody. He wasn't going against the LGBTQ. He actually employed quite a few people that was LGBTQ.
Yeah.
He actually loved the one that was a friend of his that committed suicide. He was really like that person. But regardless of what it was on the back end, some people seen something different. And I was like, okay. But don't take everything a comedian say as that's what it is. It's a comedian's comedy. I'm like, sometimes it's comedy. Sometimes it's like, yeah, it can offend. But you got to understand, a lot of people not doing it to offend.
So true, so true, so true. Okay. Smack stated
Chappelle
Chappelle punched a stud in the face.
I mean, yeah, he did say he did that, but it was a situation behind that. It wasn't like he just walked up to him and he was just
And,
something.
also,
Somebody.
and she also stated that's not comedy. No, it's not.
No, that's not comedy. No, I mean, but
that
there was
came out of nowhere.
There
Like,
was something
you just-
there was
something
something
going
that
on.
happened.
Something was going on.
I mean, just
there.
like it's just like
Yeah.
you said. It's like when you got half of the story,
Yeah.
you can't simply say it's like I was accused of so many things that I didn't do, like hurt somebody, but I had to defend myself. You never know what really was going on at the time.
Right.
I mean, he made jokes about it. He made jokes about that he did it, but there's maybe some stories behind it. I'm not sitting there saying I'm like really saying that Dave Chappelle was this, that, and the other. But a lot of times he actually do a lot of good with a lot of people, and he's not really all that that
yeah.
hard.
Yeah. It's Smack also stated
His
whole show was targeted towards gay people.
Well,
I've seen that. Mm-hmm.
yeah, I mean he has shows about going towards gay people. But you also gotta look at a lot of comedies like back in the day. Here it is. You look at Richard Pryor is one of the genius of comedy, and all of his shows was about getting against gay people, and he had gay people around him all his life.
Yeah. And Smack also stated that now that's not falsely accusing.
Okay.
And Pierce stated that Chappelle is transphobic, and you have to hire LGBTQ to clean your crap up.
Well, yeah, I got what you're saying. It's like he's trying to cover up what he did, but he employed them. He employed them, and then he took care of the family.
But yes, just one gay.
No, he has another one.
Oh,
It's a male.
Okay.
It's a male gay friend that he actually has, but it was just that was the one that was dealing with the Chappelle show with him. But it's like he has a it's just one of those things that you look at and go, all right, I realize I messed up. I'm gonna be there. I'm gonna look out. I'm gonna try to do what's right. So I looked at it as like he was trying to do what's right after he messed up. But a lot of times you can't sit there and say that everything someone does is actually offensive. That's why my thing was I learned everything I learned just so I can know not to offend, because I need to know what it is so that I don't offend another person.
Yeah.
And if anybody who actually know me, they know that I will pull you up and talk to you privately if I think that it may offend, just so I can be sure that I don't offend you. Like I will sit there and try to talk calmly or cool
Right.
with you and make sure that you understand where I'm coming from so that we don't have a situation.
Right,
I'm
right.
one of them because I don't want to go away from you later on. I'm hearing, oh, you is just saying this and you did this and you did that and the other. Nah, that's something I didn't do. I came to you quietly and privately because I believe that situations can be handled
Yes.
carefully. But
Okay. And Pierce stated, I loved Chappelle, but he's never had a whole set of LGBTQ people.
right, yeah, that's true. He never did that. But you got to look at like who actually did. Not saying who did, but there's
Yeah.
quite a few, but it hasn't really been that many.
Right.
No one has actually been out there. Now you have sets where, as far as the LGBTQ community in comedy, that they have full, all out concerts. Like I cannot get his name right now. It's a Asian guy, Alec Mapa.
Okay.
He had a comedy show with a whole bunch of other people that came out. It was a funny show. But this is the problem. You have a lot of people who don't like employ as many
Right.
LGBTQ, which I think they should.
Right.
Because a lot of these comedians are extremely funny. And Alec Mapa is actually one of my favorite comedians. He's funny.
Okay.
So
Okay.
it's like you have a lot of stuff that comes out of it, but you get so many people who burn their bridges and things fall. I mean, the situation with Kevin Hart, he's yelling that his son was gay, stop that, whatever. People took that offensive, and I understand that, but it wasn't. I understand why they took it offensive. I understand what the whole thing was about, but also that was also another comedy act.
Yeah, yeah. Smack stated that, well, I get falsely accused a lot by just the way I dress as, wanting to be a man. False.
Be a man. That's false. Yeah, I mean, you have some studs out there who believe of themselves as being a man, so they dress as. Now, this is the thing. This is the thing. My daughter, I love her with everything in my heart and soul. She's always dressed with the flyest gear. She always dressed with the best stuff. You know what I mean? She's a dom and everything, but she's always did her thing.
Right.
My aunt, built like an action figure, like I said, always did her thing. She's a dom.
Right.
I don't see them trying to dress like a man. I see them trying to dress like them,
Right.
like who they are.
And also, Pierce stated that if a white person had a set about the non-word, the N-word, the N-word, and employed them, wouldn't you think he was racist? Yes.
They did that. They did that, and it was horrible. It was a horrible show. They did that, and they tried to cover it up and try to carry it. It was another way, but it wasn't. It was actually, that kind of show, and it was crazy.
Yes. And
And who's this?
Angela's.
She said, I think Dave C. Oh, I guess Dave Chappelle is sliding into George Collins' shoes. Right. Well, yeah, as the GOAT. Yeah, well, George Collins was like off the cuff. I mean, he was off the cuff with everything and everybody. So, yeah. Collins offended a few people along the way. He offended a lot of people along the way.
He did.
But a lot of people loved him also at the same time.
Yeah.
But
Yeah. But you guys, get in on this conversation. Like, call
Yes,
in so we
definitely.
can hear from you.
please call in, dude.
Something that you've been through, or someone who actually has. Don't hesitate to call in and get on this conversation, because this is something everybody goes through every day of their lives.
Yes, they do.
Falsely.
Especially on your job. Anything on your job.
Harassment.
Oh, my goodness. Especially on your
Harassment.
job.
Yeah.
So, yeah, please make sure you call in at 302-312-3534. And Peach said.
Pierce
Pierce said.
stated, Chappelle is no different
Right.
than a white man sliding racist jokes. LOL.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, same theory.
And if you really look at it,
Yeah.
pretty much all black jokes are racist jokes. All black comedies are racist jokes.
Yeah.
There's not that many of them that don't do it.
Right.
Hell, Dick Gregory was one of the biggest ones,
Yeah.
but he was one of the most political dudes out there.
Okay. Alicia stated,
Alicia said, what's that, Ralphie May?
Ralphie May,
Ralphie May is an
equal opportunity.
equal opportunity offender. Yeah. Yeah, Ralphie May is. Yeah, he is. He's an equal opportunity offender. But yeah, you got a lot of people who do stuff just to be doing it. And it's not, and you also got to look at it like this. Say, for instance, your rep is going down.
Hmm.
You say one bad word,
There you go.
and everybody start talking about you again.
Hmm.
Your rep is back up there. So when someone do something that's really harsh towards somebody, look at and try to figure out exactly why they doing it. If they going down, or they're actually trying to just keep something moving, keep something fresh with themselves, so people can have something to talk about, they're gonna do it.
Yeah.
And it's always any kind of publicity.
Yeah.
It's always publicity.
Something. Yeah.
And they will always use that. And that way, if I'm in the news today, tomorrow, next day, for anything, I did my job. Now you're going to talk about me for the rest of the month. I ain't got to come out my house. People going to want to go ahead and jump on Netflix and find out what I said. You know what I mean? So everybody going to go ahead and make money. And then Netflix like, oh, hold up. You offended some people.
Yeah.
Let them go ahead and look at it.
You need to apologize.
No. They're not making them apologize nothing. They keeping the show on the air so more people can dial into Netflix so they can see it. And that's a marketing strategy.
And that's how they do. Yeah,
that's a marketing strategy,
keep
and they are
and
actually
share it everywhere.
boom, and they doing
It's
it.
shared
And
on
that's a
Facebook,
marketing
yeah.
strategy, and
Yeah.
that's what they're doing. And it's getting them money.
Yeah.
So when they ask them to
they'll
take
say
it down,
let this go viral. That's their favorite word
When,
anymore, isn't it? Let this go viral.
when they ask them to take it down to Netflix, they need to take it down, or we're going to strike and all this other stuff. Netflix said, "Oh, if it's causing this kind of controversy, no, I'm
Let's
gonna
keep
keep it
it.
up."
Yeah.
I see that's going to cause people to want to go look at it and see why,
Yeah. Yeah.
and it works that way. That's marketing strategy,
Right. Yeah.
and a lot of people get offended by it, and it hurts a lot of people's feelings. But everybody want to make money off of something.
Falsely accused.
Falsely accused.
All of us go through that, right?
Mm.
And who's this at the bottom?
Yeah, it looked like an advertisement. Is it? Drake was
Can you
falsely.
please
No.
say?
It said that who's that? Is that Chauvin? Chauvin. That's what I couldn't get. Derek Chauvin was falsely accused. Chauvin. Who is that? Who's Derek Chauvin? I know the name. I can't remember right now. My mind is off.
You remember that?
Thank
The
you.
cop.
No, he wasn't. He wasn't falsely accused. I couldn't remember his. I remember the name. I couldn't remember who it was.
Who's that?
No, he wasn't falsely accused. Whoever that. Nah. That was that Nana. No, that wasn't. It wasn't falsely accused. You seen that? That was on video, bro. That was right there. Don't do that to yourself.
All right. Okay. Oh Lord.
Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, this is a serious topic,
Yeah.
you know, that needs to be talked about and discussed. And Angela stated,
I will call, but I'm on the other side of the planet.
"I can. Don't hesitate to call in. Call in, girl. We want to hear it. We want to hear
If
something.
you got
from
something, bring it.
yeah, bring it. We want to hear anything from anybody. Don't hesitate to call in because
Right.
that's what Let It Out is all about.
The person. Okay.
Okay. Yeah. Don't hesitate to call in. You know
Definitely
what I
don't be
mean?
afraid to call
This is
in.
what we're doing today. We're talking about things.
What's
you know,
the
that need to be talked about?
Angela? What's the time zone of where you are? If you can put that up there, because that's probably why she's not going to call, because it's like different
You can
time
go,
zone.
honey. It's only 7:30 o'clock here. What she say?
Almost 1 a.m. Wow. Okay.
Oh.
So you on the other side.
What are you doing up, girl?
You really on the other side for real.
What are you doing up? Yeah. But you know, this is something interesting, so that means you listening in. So that's good. I appreciate that.
I'm glad that you did tune in though.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Yeah. Come on now.
Oh, I'm sorry about that. Old man, by the way. Sorry about that.
Oh. She said, oh. What did you have?
I don't know. but yeah, I mean, it's like people who get falsely accused of a lot of things. He said no worries. But it's like
Okay, this
Okay.
YouTube person.
Oh, this person then came back.
Can you see it?
Oh, hold up. No, this is something I'm really not right. I'm not comfortable with reading this one because it's going to set me off a little bit. Look,
Okay, but we don't want to get started. We need to. Is
look.
there
This
any
is
way-
not. That's not a cool thing right there, man.
Okay, well, we don't want you, so we need to block you. Okay. Yes, but we need to talk about this situation at hand. You know that, like I said, it's an everyday thing.
Mm,
You know, it's nothing new to none of us. You know, so everybody is falsely accused. It don't matter who you are.
right.
You know, we have a troll on our show. Okay, yeah, but you know, it doesn't matter who you are. You know, everybody's falsely accused. You know.
Everybody
know.
get falsely accused of something one time or another.
Yeah.
I mean, like I said, on your job, if you're, I mean, even even if you're just simply, oh, we got a caller.
Oh shucks, let's take it.
Yeah, caller.
Get it, get it, get it.
Welcome to Let It
welcome
Out.
to Let It Out. Who are we speaking with?
This is Angie.
Hi, how you doing?
Hi, how are you?
I'm good. I'm glad you called in. So, what do you want to let it out about falsely accused?
Oh, I was listening.
You know what?
What? I just want to hear. Am I wrong?
Mm.
Am I slow?
No, you're not slow.
You're not slow. No, it's just.
But
I
do you
thought
have something to let
do
it
you want
out?
to let it
Say
out
something
about tonight?
about anything that you was
Well,
falsely
Since
accused
you're on the
of?
I'm
phone.
being short. Yeah, I'm being short.
Uh,
5'6.5". I'm tall.
you was accused of being short,
Yes.
and you 5'6.5".
Yeah, something like that.
That's tall.
I'm taller than
But
a lot of people.
yeah. Okay. So I mean, how did hold up? Let me hold up. How did they what they saw a page or something and said you were short?
I'm sorry.
They saw you on a page of some sort and thought you were short or something,
No,
or
I was just on the phone with some friends, and they were trying to hook me up, and this guy was like, he's 6'6", and I'm like, okay, well, I'm 5'6.5", and he talking about I'm short. Everybody is short to him. I'm tall. I am tall. I'm taller than all my grandkids. I'm taller than a lot of people.
oh, okay.
Even
Oh
when I
man.
put my heels on, I'm tall. I'm extra tall.
Mm.
So, yeah,
Someone put up on
being,
screen she
I don't like
sounds
to be
short.
called short. I'm taller than a lot. Even a lot of people I'm taller than. Even today I went to work. I was like, okay, I'm taller than him, taller than her, taller than him, taller than him. Yeah.
I can't with you.
I was
Falsely
really
accused.
offended. Really offended.
Wow.
So,
Yeah, that's all now that I got it off. But I'm good. I'm good.
Okay.
I feel better.
okay,
I feel
okay.
better.
So what
I
is
got it off
so
of my chest.
so what is your take on falsely accused?
It depends on what. Chris said that blew my mind. I couldn't even think about nothing else today. Just being, okay, you're calling me short. I don't like to be called short. I know I'm not short. To me, that's falsely accusing me of something that I'm not.
Okay. Yes, honey. She said it. Falsely
All right.
accused.
Thank you. I feel better. I can sleep now.
Okay.
All right. Thank you.
Thank
All right,
you.
you're
But
welcome.
it's just like calling in the Dr. Phil. I'm so relieved now.
Oh, I'm so happy.
I can breathe.
You made my night.
I felt like I just grew a couple of inches.
I can't.
Wow. All right.
I needed that. That was very therapeutic.
Okay.
Aw,
All right.
thank you.
All right.
I can't. I can't. She said it sounds short. Daphne said I'm back.
They
Okay.
said she sounds short. And my wife said, I'm on the damn floor.
Daphne said my
Please
sister
help
is
me out.
very short. Why are you talking about me on this thing?
Oh, my goodness.
I know I'm short. I'm happy, honey.
Ah,
happy to be
boy,
short.
that is
I love it.
funny.
Yeah.
That is way too
Because I
funny.
was confused at first. I'm like, huh? What? But now we got to it. Okay, I got you. I got you now. Okay. Falsely accused, you guys. You know, we don't like to be falsely accused for anything
Right.
at any time.
You never want to be. You
Yeah,
definitely
yeah.
never
Because
want
anybody
to
can say anything. You know, you took this, you didn't take anything. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
So yeah, you didn't. Yeah, but we need to, just stop falsely accusing people of stuff. If they
Definitely.
didn't rob you, they ain't rob you. Somebody else did it. Craig and them did
be.
it.
Be very careful
Yeah.
of what you do. Make
Yeah,
sure you
just-
see what you are actually accusing.
Yeah.
Make sure that it is actually something
truth.
that you see as the 100% true.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because if you don't, usually if they can find a way to prosecute you for it,
Yeah.
for falsely accusing them, it used to be a time that they could, but lately it's been like everybody make a mistake. So okay, it's one of those things. It's just a mistake, but nah, it should been still holding up.
Yeah.
But yeah, you gotta be very careful at how you deal with the people that you're around and the people that you're talking to, and falsely accusing people is never ever a way. I mean, like I said, I've been living through a lot of times where it got to the point that I just go and say, "Hey, what did I do? What?" Because half the time I'm not even there. I was told I was at a place that I've never seen before. I was like, what? I was where? No, I didn't do that. That wasn't even me. I don't even know where that is.
Yeah, and that's people who you know how you go to the stores, you see people's flyers up, but these people's pictures and stuff like that, and some people look like that person.
Mm-hmm.
They're falsely accused of, looking like somebody because they think they're them. And they go to jail.
Mm-hmm.
You the one that came in here and robbed the place. It wasn't me, sir. And you gotta be argumentative and tell
Right.
them it wasn't me.
Right.
You got to be on that. You know what I mean? Hey, Rob. Hey, Boo. How y'all doing? Yeah, and it's really sad, But falsely accused means a lot of things. It's not just one particular thing. It's everything within our,
Yeah.
within us. So.
It covers a lot of
Yeah,
grounds. I
it
mean,
does.
a lot. I mean, like I said, a lot of people don't want to speak out on it, but it is like a lot of stuff that happens at
Yeah.
work. I mean, you got to look at the things that's going on around you.
Yeah.
A lot of people will sit there and say that, hey, yeah, that person did this, but, I don't want to say no names. But
Yeah.
they already accused you of it.
Yeah. Yeah. So then you're, you done.
Hey, Rob.
Yeah. Yeah. Who's this?
Oh, that's
Flying to
Andrew.
things,
I'm
okay.
flying to.
Yeah, and it's a serious accusation when you falsely accuse somebody. So you can't take that lightly. Once you say that,
Right.
it's stuck.
It's stuck
You know
there.
what I mean? So
You got to remember how you making the other person
somebody's
feel,
gonna
too.
pay for that some way somehow.
Right.
Because of what you said out of your mouth.
Right.
So that stays.
Right.
Until you prove otherwise.
You got to remember how how you making the other person feel, too. If you don't know for sure, don't do it. If you're not for sure about it, don't do it. If you can't 100% say that that's exactly what it was and what happened, don't even do it.
Prove your statement.
Prove it.
Prove your statement some
Definitely.
way, somehow, because you will be the one who's doing the time,
Mm-hmm.
And
Definitely.
also, people do get locked up when you lie.
Oh, yeah.
You know that?
Yeah.
When you falsely accuse somebody, you get in trouble as well for
Yeah.
that.
Yeah,
It's not
as
like
you
it's
should.
just getting swept underneath the rug. It ain't that
Right.
type of. So you lied, okay? So this is what it is for you too.
As you should. You
Yeah,
should
yeah,
get
yeah,
locked up
yeah,
for it
yeah.
because it's not cool.
Right, right. So you guys, this was a good show.
Fantastic.
Very powerful topic
Mhm.
that still needs to be discussed every day. It's not something that you just throw under, keep
Right.
it moving. So, but I want to tell you this: thank you for those who did tune in and those who did call in. We all assured over here. I'm sure. I'm happy, but on a serious note, for next week, you guys, I want to talk about anxiety. It's really, really a serious thing. I've been getting a lot of phone calls all week about people going through these things, the anxiety, the mental health, everything.
Right.
So
right.
please, man, tune in next week because we need to keep talking about these things that are on an everyday basis that people go through. It's nothing just one day that they're just going through it. It's an everyday process.
Yes, it is. Yes,
So
it is.
you gotta you gotta take that and just take it one day at a time and just try to heal somehow. But we're gonna talk about that next week. So please don't hesitate to tune in because this may be you or somebody that you know of who is going through this. Okay,
Right.
so
Right.
say with that, continue to be safe. Okay, and I'll see you next week. Peace out.
I'm up against the fight of my life. I'm so afraid to sleep at night. You won't get away. It's time for me